was 2 of them. Yes, it was. And this one still had the tag on it. Make sure you put Coco some water in there. Hey, guys. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect, baby girl. What you about to do? Take a shower? I want to take a shower when I get there. Oh, you already asked him? Did you ask him again? I'm telling you, don't get... Huh? I texted him. You still, some people, sometimes they change their mind. I don't want you to get disappointed. Hey guys, if you are in here, depending on the platform, please grant StreamYard permission so I can see your beautiful names. Alexa, volume down. Sometimes I don't see y'all comments to after. We're going to see how far we can get before the key man pull up. Alexa, volume low. Yes, y'all, what's up? You about to take a shower, sweetheart? Hey, Instagram. Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. This is your girl, Tasha. How are you? Hope everybody is doing well. Give me a few minutes. Please give StreamYard permission. We are up out here talking about the month of July. It is no weapon. Okay, we finna check in. How y'all doing? I am the one that holds us all accountable to start taking care of ourselves and have a good time. All right, let me see what I got going on. Ever since our family discovered Mary, I was so irritated today at the doctor office, y'all. I got to tell y'all about that. Baby, I don't know what's going on, but people in the workplace is getting dumber and dumber. I'll be like, Lord Jesus. I don't know if it's just me and my irritability sometimes, but folks just can't think and chew gum at the same time. I promise you. It's like a whole crisis at this point. All right, so I'm going to try to navigate a few pages because that's what I do. I be trying to do stuff, y'all. Share public. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to try to navigate that. So anyway, welcome. I am here to just have a good time with y'all. Y'all can see the title. It's all about expecting great things. I am here. Some people call me online auntie. Some of you guys know me as a social worker and a therapist. Girl, I'm just out here trusting God, and that's working for me. But some of you guys missed the webinar that I had yesterday. It was National Workaholic Day. That was last night. Tell Alexa to turn down my mic. Who got all these Is the TV on? Where's it at? Oh, girl, turn that down. You know, I can't be hearing a whole bunch of things at one time. I get stressed. I get real stressed out hearing all that stuff. Girl, I falls all the way out. I can't be focusing on 1,000 million things. Girl, please. Those days is over. Okay, so back what we were saying. If you are in here, put grant StreamYard permission. Usually when I'm online, I like to engage with you in real life time. My name is Tasha, the founder of Talk to Tasha Coaching and Consulting. I have taken my love for helping people. I believe it's a call. You guys know a call is something that you're called to do. Our purpose is about how we serve others. And after messing around with helping folks and not helping myself, I have decided to go on a journey to help other heart-centered professional women to prioritize herself. And so what we do is we do a holistic self-care approach, which means it's mental, spiritual, and financial. and we keep it real about what we go through as women who serve. When I went on this journey, I started doing some research around people who serve and how we hide behind our stuff really, really well. That's why you guys see us posting about if you are the go-to chick in the family, at the church, in the community, whether you're a soul worker or a former social worker, that is something that we do over here. We just kind of normalize. Sometimes you need help too. And sometimes it's okay for you to receive the support that you need. You don't have to be, and nor are you assigned to everybody. And what I know is sometimes you can avoid the things that you're supposed to be working on for yourself by going into this radical servitude. Some of that mess you shouldn't be doing, but you just doing it because some people, like many, run from our stuff. So yesterday we had a webinar on workaholism because it was National Workaholic Day. And some of the things we pulled out of that is people really don't typically talk about it, because usually if a person is working a lot and bringing home the bacon and the frying it up in the pan and providing and being able to loan folks money and just really financially be in a good disposition, you don't typically hear people telling the care bear to sit down. And if they do, it's probably after the fact that some of your burnout has showed up physically, where they can see that your eyes are puffy, or you looking really, really stressed. And by that time, y'all, your system tapped out long time ago. It literally have. So that's why I wanted to just make it a space for us. And you guys know, like I was telling some other people last night, we at a time where we have so much information available to us that I think is just making us crazy. Because back in the day when we were coming up, y'all know your grandparents and other folks, great grandparents, they didn't have as much resources available. They had a yes or a no option, a bus or you walk option. But what I do know about people that are wiser and was from back in the day, they took action. They were planners. You guys probably came up in the layaway days. That was, patience, right? And so for me, I just feel like I know the way my brain is wired. A lot of times I lean into what worked and what didn't work. I'm not one that want to like repeat the cycle. I'm not one, I challenge cycles, but I'm not one that's going to sit there and just water down history and be like, you know what? I'm going to do it my way. And so when I'm thinking about people, if you are on the journey and you listening to me and we're conversing tonight, and you can honestly say, I know some of you guys, we've had quite a few people join our self-care group. And some of the questions that we're asking now before you come in is, what do you need from this space? Because what I don't want is a person to join just another group just to be busy and preoccupied. And one of the things that happen when people come into the space, it kind of tells you how many other groups that you're a part of. A lot of you guys are probably not even active in those groups. Probably when social media came out, you just was joining stuff. But really, you gotta make some pathways for yourself. What you were doing in the past is no longer working right now. So you have to go back in those spaces. Even with that simple example of, social media. Why are you connected to so many things pulling at you for your attention, your time, and your energy? You can go in there and you can deactivate some things. Now bring that same concept to your real life situation. You can deactivate some things in real life. And when we're going through some things that we're going through right now, this is what I'm telling people. Like, you got to lean into the fact that no weapon formed against me and mine gonna prosper. Like, that's why I was like sending out emails, Isaiah 54:17. Like, lean in. Some of y'all strong people, y'all out there doing so much on your own. You hiding behind some of the amazing things that's gonna come through some of the biggest pains that you're going through. And I know it's hard. We're all going through some different things. I was even annoyed this morning at the doctor appointment, to the point I had to catch myself, because I have like little tolerance for ignorant people. I'm supposed to organize you, let you know the number you're supposed to call. You saying this is not active, don't know how to comprehend, and then making me wait, pushing my doctor appointment back, and all while I'm navigating you on how to do your job. Now, thank God I wasn't there for anything serious, but still, that's draining energy. At this point, you need to split your little wages with me at this point. And so that was my morning. Like, I was just like, you know what? And I don't know if y'all experience it, but just in day-to-day customer service or just dealing with stuff, you find more and more people, they just don't have basic common sense. Like they want you to do their job for them, teach it to them, and then turn around, you're supposed to make a co-payment. But sometimes we tolerate it because it's like on the back end, if you got a good doctor, you go through some of the front end drama because on the back end it's going to be worth it. And that's how I kind of deem life sometimes. You on the back end of what you're going through, we don't see what the fruit's going to be through all of it. But if you look back over your life, you can really say, like I was talking to somebody and we were just cracking up about how we've grown and the different things that could have landed us somewhere else were here and things like that. So I wanted to just come in here. Let me see if I can see all of y'all on the same platform. You do understand. Okay, great. We're over here on different platforms and Instagram. Y'all, I want you guys to think about one thing. I want you to think about one thing. If it's one thing that's bothering you right now, you don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to type it in. We're not here to play games with the enemy, y'all. We're not here to play patty cake with the enemy. We're not here to, water down what we're supposed to be doing based on being tired. I know you're tired of fighting, so you got to fight different. You got to fight different. And I'm going to give y'all some tips. So go ahead and get your pen and your paper. I'm going to tell you some things that work for me. You can size it on to see if it works for you. If it don't, that's fine too. But if we're going to be better, and I'm telling y'all tonight, I'm declaring and decreeing for all of us and our families, no weapon formed against us will prosper. Don't entertain nothing to the contrary. No weapon. Just say no weapon. Make that your weapon for this month, this week. No weapon. No weapon. Isaiah 54:17, no weapon, no weapon. I had to tell myself today at the doctor office dealing with that foolishness. No weapon, no weapon, right? And so get your pens and your paper. If you have a phone, there's like a notebook app built in all the phones. I love that app because I can literally take notes on my phone. But I want you to consider some things. Does it make sense for you to be trying to press and push through things by yourself? One, because some of y'all is hiding. You've been hiding for a long time. You don't want people. This is a common thing I hear people saying all the time. Everybody is busy. They don't have time for my problems. You can't make that decision for people. The reason why a lot of you guys say that, because in your mind, you are burdensome. You've told yourself that your stuff don't matter. You've convinced yourself that other people are so busy that your stuff don't matter. That's a you thing, not a them thing. Because if you was to come up missing today, somebody's coming to look for you. Whether you talk to that person every day or not. Most people don't talk every day to the ones they love. So you make it about you and your mindset, about you feeling and experience a level of inadequacy. We all had that before, and it comes and goes sometimes. But I want you to check that out at the front gate today. Because like I said, you are worthy. And if you one of these strong women that I serve, Care Bears, you're so used to giving out that you asking for help is a sign of weakness in your framework. And really asking for help and learning how to receive is an absolute blessing. Because now you don't have to overanalyze, well, I need to go back and get this person all this stuff. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? You cannot lay up in that house and let the enemy take your joy and your mindset. Once your mindset gone, let me tell y'all something. I'm finna be real hood with y'all right now. Y'all know I told y'all I tried that gummy in Seattle and that thing had me sleep for 16 hours. The gummies up out here is what they are. And there was a season in my life that I entertained calling and asking for this gummy because I just didn't want to feel the level of pain that I was in. Now, ain't nobody gonna really be open and honest about their journey if they don't want to. That's your free will and free choice. But I'm just telling you how cunning the enemy is in the sense that things you never even thought about doing to escape pain, you willing to do whatever it is to get through that thing quick. Because pain don't feel good. Pain don't feel good. Some of y'all over here, you done convince yourself that you cannot go to sleep unless you drop something. And your body has gotten dependent on that thing, whatever it is. You don't have to come wide open with me because I'm not here to judge nobody. I'm just telling you, we got to normalize some stuff that we're going through and quit hiding behind this stuff because you're not fooling nobody but yourself. All right? You're not fooling nobody but yourself. And your truth and your healing is craving your attention. Your real authentic self want to have a relationship with a down-to-earth person that's not going to judge you. That's going to straight up say, girl, I know, girl, I done took one to the face. I'm drinking myself to sleep, whatever it is. Everybody's journey is different. That's why that webinar yesterday about workaholism, that is something nobody really talk about. Hey, Artisha, a daily struggle to get up, be positive and productive. Exactly. And y'all know as parents and grandparents, and if you married and whatnot, you trying to keep your crazy together, right? And then they pulling at you. I want y'all to normalize letting folks know at that house, I just don't have capacity today. That song said, I ain't stressing today. We sing it, but make that come real live in your life. Today, I'm not tripping. Y'all don't like pork and beans and wieners. That's on y'all. Y'all not going to starve if y'all don't eat. You over here cleaning up, cooking, and babysitting, braiding hair to the ground, 30 inches, working and Ubering, and plus working a 9 to 5, baby. Your body is screaming for your attention. So here's what we're going to do. I have some stuff. I probably like that workaholism stuff. A lot of people around the country, a lot of women is saying they chill in their car for self-care. They do not want to go in the house because the house is too heavy. They don't care how much the gas is. I'm going to take an extra freeway or two before I have to mentally walk in that house. And I can relate to that. My question is, how long are you going to allow that chaos to pop off? How long? How long are you going to be avoided? I'm avoiding my stuff. It's too heavy. First of all, most of us got a lot of different competing demands on our plate. Amen. I don't know one person that's just going through one little thing. It's accumulation of things at times. And then on top of that, I work with Care Bears. Then you make space for all kinds of other people. And y'all don't understand whether you're with the people or whatever, just the mere fact that you get a text from somebody, that's still pulling your brain cells. You done read the text, whether you have the energy or time to call a person back, and your subconscious mind, you wondering if they cool. You giving them advice all day, okay? You eating and drinking yourself to sleep. Don't nobody talk to y'all like that. Why? Because we hide it. We sing through it. We lead through it. We run agencies through it. But you got to say today, no weapon. No weapon over my mind. No weapon on the demands I put on myself. No weapon on the lack and limitations that's up under my finances, on side of my finances. Over my love life, if I'm out here married at this point and feel like pushing James down the stairs and he feel like pushing you, right? Declare some things. Don't let the enemy rob you of your voice. Whether you in the bathroom hiding out, you begin to declare, I am not going to die in this storm. I am going to be good. Ain't no weapon. A weapon tried to take me before and I got through. This too shall pass. I'm going to be good. And the one thing I want you to know on the journey, Sometimes you're going to cry, you're going to scream, you're going to be angry, you don't want to be bothered sometimes. And some of you guys was raised, just depending on your spiritual journey. I hear people say, I know I'm not supposed to question God. And so depending on how you interpret that, that's your free will and free choice. But I want you to consider something. If God is your father and you cannot talk to him, then what kind of relationship is that? The God of my understanding and who I serve, you can ask him and question him. Now, I think people take it out of context where you question his authority, like coming up against him in a way that you cursing him, versus, Lord, help me understand this. Why is this going on? Because the why brings forth clarity sometimes, whether you learning how to interpret how he's speaking through you or not. And some of my deep people out there, everybody's journey with God is different. He speaks to all of us in different and collective ways. Right now, for the month of July, I've been in prayer, even more so lately. And the word came up for this month for our Care Bears is to let the Care Bears know, no weapon, no weapon. I'm not one to read what's trending online and try to hijack all that. That's not me at all. I know what he told me. And the word for this month, this week, this night is no weapon. Isaiah 54:17, no weapon. No weapon formed against me. It's not going to stand up against me. It's not going to bully and intimidate me. It's not going to allow me to live in fear and lay up under these blankets in depression. Did you know you can live a healthy life with depression, a diagnosis? That's not your makeup. You're just tired. You're mentally tired. And when you get I got arthritis, my whole life is arthritis, I have this diagnosis, it's my whole life. That is what the enemy wants you to do. He wants you to glorify the situation in front of you. You a 2-strike felon. You don't go in the room on an interview, hi, I'm a 2-strike felon. No, you are restored. You are healed. You're free. And this is why, even if for some of you guys on your spiritual journey and you realizing, man, I've been worried about so much stuff all at one time, which means my anxiety is off the chain. And then you consume yourself with social media. The reports just dropped with the data for TikTok and the usage for young people as well as adults. The data just dropped. TikTok is fairly new. So a lot of the people that study the brain, they need time. And what they're seeing is that app has short, small rushes of a clip. It's quick. That dopamine rush, that pleasure hormone, that pleasure chemical in the brain that just love, that good hormone, like dopamine is what we get when we feeling good. That's the rush people get when they doing that ooh-wee. When you intimate with your man and you know all the shenanigans, that dopamine feels good. It's hot, that high, that rush. And so when you think about young people as well as older people that's on this rush, it's like, oh, I want more. Some of you guys been saying, well, why is kids so addicted? You can learn from the kids because a lot of us adults is addicted to things. Why you think they putting timers on some of these apps? Because they recognize the mental implication. I'm selling it to you, but we know over here, just for legal reasons, maybe, I don't know, I can't really think into that real heavy right now, but this is why many, many people drown online. Your whole destiny is offline. You got to put in some action offline. Even with me being an online coach, an online therapist, just in here, I got stickies galore, baby. Look, I'm a journal hoarder. Your girl got a timer on her phone. I got to honor my wellness, girl, because my little brain, okay, I can remember stuff in little bite-sized pieces. I can't be drowning on stuff and wear myself out, okay? And so some of you guys, all you have to do is some little adjustments and you're going to start to feel better. Are you expecting everybody at the house to pitch in on what's going on right now? Most queens that run the home, you can making sure everything in order. Now you got to delegate some stuff. So are you going to take this pledge with me that I'm going to declare over my house that no matter what's going on, no weapon. Your kids, grandkids come to you, grandma. This is what's going on, baby. No weapon. No weapon. And go in that scripture with them. Isaiah 54:17. Go in with them. We got to be their first teachers. And we have to model some things for them. That's why my level of maturity is going up. Because I thank God that he provided me the opportunity to experience being a grandmother. And experience my young people growing up to evolve as adults that they are. One of the things I'm going to also ask you guys to do, to consider, remember we dropping considerations. Can y'all hear me? It's a day. Okay, I mean, I love my journey, but it becomes a bit much at times. It does. Girl, you're not lying. That's what I like about you. You know, you're a really amazing person. Like, that's the thing about what I tell people. It's okay when we're not doing okay. That's cool. Like, after you start living life, you like, look, I just don't care about any other opinions. This is what's working with me right now. Y'all know how it was, girl. We used to run that house. The house be clean. You have the dinner made if that's what you get down with. And y'all see more and more families. They starting to split them duties. Okay, you cook Monday through Wednesday. We eating out on Thursdays, or they having sandwiches and pizza pockets, whatever. We'll deal with the processed food and the calories later. But right now, I'm not moving this machine no further than what she can do. And I thank God for y'all that's realizing that. And for the guys, we spoil our men. A lot of us, we do. We were wired as women to be domesticated. And then we start realizing, wait a minute, they know how to do this same stuff. We both working. Why do I assign all this stuff to myself? You know, if you got little ones running through there, they still got, what is it called? The back to school conferences. Mama Bear always jumping around to all of the different schools. You can split that up. He go over there, you go over there, or he can go on one conference. The next quarter, you go on another one. But we don't think they're going to come back with all the information. Why do we tell ourselves that? I think a lot of times we want it to look like we want it to look. At the end of the day, they learning, they staying out of trouble, they progressing. What did you ask the teacher? You know, in our controlling self takes over and you still exhausted. So some things that I wrote down, I'm going between screens. So yeah, I love the engagement. So one of the things I want to let you guys know is for you guys that are couples in a serious relationship or however you rocking, the reason why I'm bringing this tip up is because during pandemic, there's been a lot of reported domestic violence cases. It's not always the male that's the perpetrator. There's a lot of women up out here with nasty behaviors, not regulated, and they are out here being real nasty. And so with that being the case, if you have little people in the house, and the reason why I emphasize the little people, because they didn't ask for this mess. I don't really promote couples, period, whether they don't have kids or, the kids are empty nesters and out the house. But if you guys are going to break each other down and y'all in that house by yourself, okay, that's what you do. But the deal breaker is when those babies are in the home. That's not the games we're going to play. So one of the things I'm going to say, and getting things in alignment so you can get your joy back and get some clarity and peace, is decide if you're going to be with James or not. Make a decision. Make a decision. And I use this name James. I hope it is not nobody out here with a husband named James. I just use it because I see I'm just goofy like that. I'll make a name. My people over here in the Philippines is texting me because we got crazy time. So if y'all try to email me, my email system been down and we've been troubleshooting all day. Sorry about that. I don't know, Google Suites and all of that drama. So they trying to fix it. But decide if you're going to be with James or not. Put an end to the chaos over the level of chaos that you have control over. For some of you guys that say, you know what, there's some sickness going on. I don't have control over certain things at this particular moment, over this situation and that situation. There's some things we don't have control. We got to write it out. Our faith has been tested and all that. But there's quite a few things that we do have control over. And we got to make that decision, because having a relationship that's one-sided, it's burning you out. It's weighing in on you mentally and spiritually, because you want it to work so bad that you're willing to deal with the crumbs. And anytime I see two individuals that's willing to work through a thing, God can do some amazing things with that. I'm a living witness. But when I see a one-sided situation where one party is doing all the heavy lifting, they trying to preserve it, they trying to cure it, they trying to heal it, the other person in denial, they still being reckless, they don't want nothing but the chaos to continue. Kids is in the back room hearing this mess. We're not going out like that. Y'all know how I feel about that. Social working 25 years. Now I get to be online proactively before things hopefully get too out of whack and really call people on their stuff. The deal breaker is them babies should not be exposed to that level of mess. And y'all think it's just physical. We talking emotional abuse, that verbal mess that y'all fussing and fighting over petty stuff. A sum total of petty stuff is really a sprinkle on what's really going on up under there. What y'all tripping on is really not the core issue. And what tells me is you've been like sliding through stuff that's been bothering you for so long, to the point y'all start popping off on each other because ain't nobody speaking their truth in the matter. You let it build up. You let that stuff build up. And then y'all popping off and wondering why the kids going to school popping off. Because they stressed out. They hear y'all going through it. So we're going to decide tonight. Me and James going to be together. We're going to have a conversation. Y'all get y'all separate place. Work on it. If that's what y'all going to do, y'all need to be responsible that we've been rocking like this. Just because you hear people been married 20, 30, 40 years don't mean it's been a happy marriage. Some people are married for convenience. Some people telling me they got cooperative co-parenting going on, stuff I ain't never heard of. Meaning they stand in the same house, they moving on, being dating with their new partners, while the kids in the house lying to the kids about what each partner is. Talking about one of the partners is the cleaning person, as if kids ain't smart enough. And yeah, the kids are small, but kids are not stupid. They know a cleaning person don't sleep in the room and spend a night with dad. And y'all wondering why these kids is wonkers right now. They didn't just come out the womb like this. Adults, all of us, we got to pull it together in a lot of areas. In certain areas, I won't say a lot, but sometimes it is a lot. But the core thing is quit lying to ourselves. Quit lying to ourselves. If you know you tired, why you keep going to create debt that make you having to work 2 or 3 or 4 jobs? Why? The vicious cycle. File bankruptcy, start off fresh. As soon as you stress, that behavior kicks in. Then y'all arguing in your relationship or whatever's going on, and the income ain't went up at all since the pandemic. But yet you keep bringing chaos to the house because that's your way of coping. We all got to find some healthier coping skills. Me with my eating the same. I'm not talking at y'all. We talking together. So it's certain things that we got to do foundationally if we expect these kids to make it. So make that decision. Okay, I'm back over here where I can see your comments. I learned some new phrases from my kids. They say I always get princess treatment and that I am a passenger princess. Oh, I love it. I love it. What your kids say, sis? You know what? That is so, to me, I think that's so amazing. We were just talking about that the other day. Are the couples showing affection in front of the kids? Because some of us was raised where like mom and daddy like smooch up in the room, or they call it mushy. We don't want to kiss, or he push up on you at the stove, or you push up on him at the barbecue pit. And so kids, They need to see that nurturing between two adults. I think we learned that on our journey. Like, okay, they be like, "Oh, mama, daddy," you know. But when you think about it, they see that healthy affection, not that fake mess. And they also see if we handling things, they also can remember some of the craziest, heaviest conversation that kind of jacked some of them up. And we got to be able to acknowledge some of this craziness that's bleeding on our kids because we didn't really pull it together. We were so busy trying to be right that we was having adult conversations in front of kids. And now they over here in the back of their mind dating according to what they seen, or won't date at all, or whatever the complexity is. But I think that's pretty cool that your kids say you the passenger princess. I like that. I'm going between screens, so y'all keep the comments coming. So we are, where am I at on my little thing I made? Girl, I'll be over here unbothered. So we're gonna make some decisions. Y'all know I'm a big family meeting advocate. I got that idea, I've told you guys many times, not from my own mind, but back when I was working at CPS, Child Protective Services, for some of y'all that's outside of California. They call it something else in several states, but in California, in Fresno anyway, they call it Child Protective Services, aka now they rolled it out to Children Family Services. But I interchangeably use both. But one journey I had, one of the parents in which I was called to go out to the home for something, can't even remember, but that's not the point. The point is this particular parent told me about how they have family meetings in the home. And up until that point, I never even considered it. Reason why I'm sharing it is no matter how you're serving, no matter if you went to school, no matter if you feel like you're going as a bona fide professional, you always going to be able to learn if you set your lifestyle up like that. Don't ever believe that somebody you called to serve can't be used to serve you. And that individual, I don't even remember what they look like, their name. I just know that they made an impact on my life by sharing that idea and that concept that I was able to practice and incorporate. Now, sometimes I haven't been, hey, Pet, sometimes I haven't been consistent with it, but having family meetings at this particular time, with all of us is going through some things in inflation, that is very important. And especially letting the little people talk. That's how they get their voice. They matter. What they have to say matter. So part of that family dynamic that we're talking about, making sure you guys make a decision. Are we going to work through this thing? Are we going to take a break? Is it going to be open or closed? What are some things that we're going to work on? What is our shared agreement? Because living like this in front of these kids, that's not how we're going to do this. And some of you guys understand that therapy works for some people. Therapy doesn't work for some other people. Your healing journey is not going to be cookie cutter. I had to have a conversation with somebody on the panel the other night. This person believed that the wife wasn't going to be fixed unless she went to therapy like he went to therapy. That's not how that works. Because everybody's journey is different. The way you learn and heal and process is going to be different. You know, if you set up your family dynamic to where your end result as a couple is peace, financial stability, spirituality, whatever that framework is, and you guys are coming up with that as a team, do it really matter how y'all get there? Or do you write it off because this person's journey is this way and the other person's journey is this way? Do you want the end result, or do you want to dictate how that person moved through that process? And that's a question you got to ask yourself. That's not something that I'm going to sit here and judge, because the one thing about me, I don't give unsolicited advice. Even in therapy, we don't give you advice. We give you things to consider. We ask you the tough questions so you can answer some things for yourself. We reveal to you the blueprint as we lay it out together. You giving me information, we're laying it out. And you saying, this is what I need to experience. Sometimes you don't know what you need to experience. You just know certain things has got to stop. And that's the beauty of being on that journey. You have a non-judgmental person that say, okay, I see you trying to build the whole quilt at one time. I get it, because some of us, that's how we was raised. But the beauty of it all is all of us was raised with certain things. And all of us is wise enough to know that some things we can tweak, we can adjust, some things we can delete. And the same for your family dynamic. And some of us raising kids, you can see some kids taking one pathway, the other one taking the other pathway. Are you going to size up your love for them based on their pathway? And so just be mindful of that, because we don't have the answers. That's a God thing, right? But you got to tell yourself, if you were going to get to the level of what you wanted for yourself by now with your own strength, you would have been there. I would have been there. So accountability on some levels, your truth coming out, and quit downplaying how and what you need, letting fear hold you back from telling somebody how you really feel. So the other thing I wrote was, this time around, Care Bears, y'all hear me? This time around, and I mean this with all honesty and sincerity, this time around, you have got to mind your own business. You have got to mind your own business this time around. Your business of running at home, getting yourself back to the stamina. It might be a little different since COVID, right? As we all said, COVID revealed and brought some things out that were already in there, and then it added on some other stuff. A lot of people has reshaped the way they think since the financial crunch, layoffs, sickness, death, all kinds of other things going on. You don't have capacity to wonder why such and such and so in Hollywood doing all this stuff. Your brain is already fried. Keep messing around with overloading your brain. Keep messing around with throwing your kids on that new crack. They might sneak and dip off and do what they do, but you can't be the one supplying that mess to them, where they on that mess all day and all night. They on the dopamine high. And this is why people struggle when things are rough, because somebody lied and told us that this don't make me happy. Same thing in a marriage, in a relationship, or a job. Well, they not making me happy. Did you know happy is an internal job? And joy, I want to say, is an internal job. And happy is what's in front of me. I'm going to say that again. Joy is internal. And happy is what's in front of me. Knowing that truth, and you might disagree with me, which is fine, but knowing that truth, why do we say happy anniversary, happy birthday, happy Hanukkah, happy Thanksgiving? Because that's the external thing. And so we go through life thinking life is supposed to be happy 24/7. Or you put this superficial pressure on another human being to make you happy. Can't nobody make you happy. Joy is what you choose to have on the inside when it's not so happy in front of me. That's a you thing. And if you're in a relationship, that's the kind of conversation, because some of y'all women try to heal your partners and women try to heal your man. They can buy you all the rings you want if that's your thing, but you still going to feel a void on the inside because there's no joy there. And so when people start to make up the breakup because there's no more happiness, I'm always concerned when you jump in relationships on any level. Y'all know we talk about how we do one thing, we do many things. So if you jump relationships without learning from it and growing through it, 9 times out of 9, you're going to jump jobs. You're going to jump businesses. You're going to jump friendships. You're going to jump this car to that car. You're going to jump addresses. Why? Because you run from the hard stuff. There's levels to everything I'm talking about. It's not a matter of fact for everything, but y'all get what I'm saying? So you got to mind your own business in this season. I don't care if your mom and them, your cousin on the daddy side, your paternal grandpa, maternal aunties, all of them. I'm talking to Care Bears because y'all be in everybody mix. 4th of July pulled up. The Joneses wasn't doing it like that. Way before the pandemic and inflation, God has delivered us from some things and revealed some things to us. So we're not the same. where you just come over and kick it and misallocate your money all year long, have your matching outfits and coming over here with some fancy sodas with them wild kids. We don't do that anymore, because creating a new dynamic for the family, for me, is on a whole nother level. My family structure is all different races and backgrounds based on the mutual support. I don't deal with foolishness. I'm not minding your business. I'm in the business of therapy and more coaching than ever, and a little bit of consulting. So people pay me to get in their business, to take care of business. So by the time I'm done with my 30-hour week, I don't have capacity, if I wanted to get in somebody's business. Why would I want to do that? Dealing with my own crazy is a full-time job. Y'all know that about yourself. But what I find out, when people love being in other people's business, 9 times out of 9, they running from their own stuff. And that keeps you what? Preoccupied. That was what we talked about last night in the webinar, the Workaholism Day, National Workaholic Day. You working yourself to death to avoid some stuff, but then you got your mouth on the crackhead and the meth head. Different pathways, same boogeyman. And that's why it's not really good to be out here judging people on the outlet that they take, as if your stuff don't stink. And some of y'all know people like that. They put their mouth on people chronically. I'm talking about like as a whole lifestyle. And you make yourself available to kick it, go to lunch, go to vacations with these kind of people. Birds of a feather flock together. So me, I've always scanned people for the unspoken and the spoken. I don't get fluffy and deep with a whole lot of people, because I see enough of what I see and I size it up. That doesn't align with what I need right now. That's not what I do. Some of you guys know there's some things that you no longer want to do, and somehow or another you won't give yourself permission to release yourself from that mess. You over here trying to live out legacies and family that's stressing you out. Create something new. This time around, sis, you got to mind your own business. You got to mind your own business. Some of y'all can kill the game as a life coach because you are good at what you do. You good at helping people. You good at taking people on journeys step by step on how to get the win that they want and deserve. You can't even get that launched off the ground because you sliced up in everybody's business doing the non-essentials. Instagram done dropped a whole nother thing where they competing with Twitter. It's getting reckless on these online streets where they make it more and more and more doable for free for you to get out here and coach your buns off from home. If you're going to be in people's business, be in it intentionally, where they invite you to their business, where they pay you for the end result to get in their business to help them with a specific issue or two. That is how you use your calling to operate in your purpose. Because a Care Bear gonna always help people you call to serve. But you mismanage your time by being in the wrong people business at the wrong time for too long, for too short. You missing your opportunity because you over here saturated in their mess. On top of maintaining your own crazy. You going with your bad self. You go right ahead, poo-poo. And then don't let yourself be unresolved trying to dress like they want you to dress. I don't know who they are, but you got to get back to the old school way of you, where you didn't allow people to move you from this square to that square. This is who I am. I'm eclectic like that. If I decide to go this route and dress this way, that's what I do. If I decide to put my hair in a bun with some lip gloss and some hoop earrings, that's what I will do. You got to be rooted in who you are, not anybody else. Because guess what? What do we say? How we do one thing, we do many things. So if you're not true to yourself and rooted on a foundational level, and you getting tossed to and fro, you're getting tossed to and fro at work. That's why you burnt out. You talk a good game, fuss them out real good, fight with them on the email, but you ain't did no heavy movement. Because part of your genetic makeup, your identity, I want to say, not genetic, Scratch that. But part of your identity is rooted in being combative and arguing and matching energies and being right all the time and one upping on people. That is what got a lot of y'all drained. And Care Bears do that all the time because you struggle with speaking your truth without having to give a long explanation about what things need to be for you right now since the pandemic. That's why a lot of you guys are downgrading your life and you giving yourself permission to take a lesser demanding job and doing what you need to do to maintain your wellness. That is a courageous move, not only for yourself, but you're speaking volumes to your kids. You giving them a blueprint of what success means for you at that address. It's not just money. It's not just being busy. It's not just living in a gated community where nobody talks except for online. It's giving yourself permission to pivot and make the necessary changes that's going to bring me added peace. This way, your kids not out here thinking that you're going to be proud of them based on if you got an international job, burning yourself out and really you want to quit it. But every function that comes up, everybody hooping and hollering about the pilot in the family. And lightweight, the kid don't want to even be a pilot no more. But that's a part of the image that you keep glorifying. So they scared to even say that they don't want to do it. So this time around, sis, we're going to, hey, Miss Trin, we're going to mind our own business. One of the things I added on here too is don't push yourself too hard. Listen to your body. Your body is a true boss. I learned that the hard way. You have good intentions. You have a lot of creative ideas. Y'all know I'm big on promoting y'all to take naps if you can. If you at work or whatever you're doing, try to get some kind of rest. If you can't, at minimum, do not take your breaks with people in the break room if you know the culture at your job is very draining. Take your lunch at a different time. You don't need all that heavy mental craziness right now. I'm telling you what I know. It's always going to be the loosey-gooseys at work with no sense of direction. Their whole identity is chopping the job down. Minute they get laid off, they the same ones crying and fussing and fighting online. You don't need to be in bad company. You got to safeguard your spirit. You got to safeguard your mindset. And we talked about at first, Miss Trin, is getting your home in order, getting it in alignment. Your home should be your sanctuary. I don't care if it's one corner of that house, that's your sanctuary. As you rolling out some new expectations for your family, you need to create that tonight. Don't push your body to the edge and then you burn out and be laid up in the hospital. I've been there. That's what led to this self-care work, the internal self-care work. Listen to your body. You over here very, very committed to the job. That's great work ethic. But it's poor leadership in your family when you're pushing yourself and you need to be resting. Don't push yourself for accolades at work. The other thing is pay what you can with these bills. If you can't pay all the bills right now, it is what it is. Go back to when we was in college, baby. You put something on it. You ate them, what is it, Top Ramen noodles? I can't stand noodles to this day because that's all I ate. Y'all got to go back to them survival skills. Some of y'all was raised in the projects. Don't be too proud to use them hood skills that got you through. That neighborhood skill of survival, if that's where we at right now, those skills should not go dormant. I know some of y'all done moved up like the Jeffersons and you want to hide out the fact of how you was raised because, you got this other image going on. But don't you know that all them skills we learned in the projects, they never left. You pushed them down. Baby, get back to the basics. I know we raised up and got new little cars and got our kids with all these individual bathrooms and everybody got their own little TVs. And you know how we spoil these booger bears. So they don't know anything about our world because we set it up that way. And now we mad at the same kids. Y'all know how chaotic we can get and controversial we can get. Y'all know this already. So going back to say, if you over here trying to maintain your 800 credit score, trying to keep yourself sexy for your man, trying to keep all your kids on the honor roll, trying to keep some of them out of juvenile hall, trying to take care of your aging parents, trying to. On top of that, you interviewing for a higher demanding job at the office. Where are you going to squeeze all of that in? I don't know. Stop the madness. Remember, we own no weapon. The weapon of the mind is a serious thing. Put something on it. Take your little self a tablet. Y'all know me. I'm a tablet hoarder. Go to Dollar Tree, or some of y'all creatives, y'all got your own journals and stuff you done put online. Praise God for you using your creativity. And you sit there and you put your priority bills, your light, your mortgage, your rent, your car, insurance, all of these extras, miscellaneous capital, and all of them peoples. If you can't pay it right now, make one commitment that you're not going to keep charging it up if it ain't maxed out. But at least just get clear about your basic stuff right now. Hey, Miss Keena, I was just thinking about you today. I want to do a thing for November. I want to do something for November, and the Lord put you on my mind. The end of the year thingy. I had to switch screens. So where are we at on here? Because y'all know we have a good time. I'm splitting screens, so I have to go back and forth to see y'all comments. Okay, so we're gonna pay what we can with the bills. Don't push yourself hard. Don't move nobody. Oh, this is a funny one, but it's relevant to right now because we have multi-generational families in one home now because of what's going on in the country. One of the things I noted was don't move nobody in that house, that apartment, that condo. Y'all get the point. Unless they can help with the bills. Not hinder with the bills. Not add to the bills. Not add to your utilities. But do not, and I'm talking real rough and direct to my Care Bears. Y'all came in this space. I need more self-care. I need more tools. Tasha, help me how to get things. It's just too much. I love serving, but it's just heavy. And really what we've been talking about is foundationally getting real clear and honor your truth about where you are. We just established you can't take on too many high demanded positions right now, most likely. We just established that creating more debt for yourself is really going to work against you right now because now you're going to make yourself stay in that high demanding job to pay the same crazy bills that you created. We just established that how we do one thing, we do many, right? So if we don't show up for ourselves foundationally to revamp and reassess our life right now, and you going through with just the bare minimum energies of yourself, giving yourself the sloppy leftovers of what you drag into that house with every day, modeling this to your kids, to go to work 30 years to get the coffee cup and hope that there's a retirement, right? And they don't want no parts of it. They want all the goods that you were able to squeeze all the goodies out for them. Because kids, y'all know kids, they little manipulators like we all were. But don't move nobody in that house unless they can help pay with those bills. I'm not talking about a little tip jar. I'm talking about solid bills. I know people, I've helped people, you know, when we're doing the family meetings and we look coming up with a whole financial goal for the family. And we created some roadmaps for families. Been on a journey with quite a few families and they're doing really well. We go on the Word document. We create some agreements. We, help them make some contracts. Not only are you doing life skills with your young people by doing this, making them read it, sign it. It's a binding document. You, they first teacher. So if they have to come home for any reason, we keep the doors open. You govern your situation accordingly, of course. But you got to make it to where it's very business oriented when it comes to that, because you got to equip them. This is how it's going to be when you go get your place. This is how it's going to be if you decide to move back out, because you will move back out. Put some timelines on it because you don't want people to be comfortable. If you make it too low, Who's gonna move? You charging $200, but then the utilities is $500 or $600 since they moved in with all the washing their cars in your driveway or whatever's going on. You're not winning in that situation, sis. You added more stress and chaos. Same thing. You go to the job, know you stress, and signing up for all of these extracurricular activities, the committees and all this stuff. That's why we talked about workaholism yesterday. You sign up for things just to be preoccupied until your body tells you, girl, I'm good. I'm tired. You're not listening to me. You do what you do in your mind, and the body gonna stay over here. And that's what leads to blackouts. All right. So it is a very, very strategic times where you can position yourself where if you got that extra room or two, let's say your niece or nephew going through some things. All right. Y'all over here, I'm just telling y'all, I tickle myself because I'm telling you, y'all can make some things work real good for you if you get out your way. Ain't no way that you're going to sit up here and charge $200 a month and give people their own individual room, making it real comfortable. All they used to you doing is talking mess, plus they eating your food. And we're going to talk about healing and breakthroughs and financial breakthroughs and you having added peace and all that. We can't talk about that being fluffy about this. Y'all know I'm not lying. You put two booger bears in the room, niece, nephew, two nieces. Okay, then you charge them $350 or however you going to do it in one room, twin beds. Go to your local bed place, put two beds in there. They're not going to like it, right? Because it's two beds in the room. We're not here to make you comfortable on that level, sweetie. This life skills one-on-one. I want you to be uncomfortable in that room with the two twin beds and hitting your leg on the end of the thing, trying to get to all of them clothes that you done got from Sheins. You hear me? You got to be uncomfortable. But when you talking about $350 a twin bed, what is that? $700? Okay, now we talking some numbers that you can be proud of. And we ain't that don't include the groceries. That don't include the groceries. They can go, you could be real generous and let them get a little refrigerator off of Craigslist or the 559 marketplace or the marketplace of their city. Okay, that's pulling off your utility. Y'all over here telling the Lord you want leadership, you want a business, you want all of this stuff. And he giving you sneak peek about strategies right now. Do you know how many people bringing in $10,000 a month in their home based on what we're talking about right now? Y'all think I'm playing? They making a room space work. And people that got shared vision, they making it work. A lot of y'all be telling me, well, like that's what other coaches been doing for years. Okay, that's fine. We ain't talking about other coaches right now. I'm telling you to culture up for yourself and do the same thing. And you can make it to where if a person wants their own individual room, then of course you're going to charge them more. Isn't that what they do to y'all at the hotels? Yep. Hold on. Hello? Can you hear me? Uh-huh. What's tomorrow? Exactly. I thought we was going to do breakfast. But tomorrow? Bring them tomorrow. Why, what you doing tonight? Oh, bring it in your birthday? Oh, wait, hold on. Huh? Wait, hold on. Mama. Hmm? No, it's his birthday tomorrow. Oh, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Okay, probably after we eat breakfast, I can have them because I got to get the car out the shop. Okay. Bye. His birthday is tomorrow. Praise God. Hey, love, Mercy. I just forgot about that. I told you. I just forgot about because we got bowling Saturday. Tomorrow's his actual birthday. So y'all ain't gonna be spending the night. You can go put your bag up. You hear me? Lele, bring me my water. Where we at on here? We just chopping it up. Okay, so we went over that. Get back to basics. Get back to basics. To the basics for you. You before all the demands. Do you miss? Oh, it's a lot more. We'll finish some of these, but I just wanted to give a recap about strategically positioning yourself if you do have to get everybody back in the home or help people out. Because I know a lot of us make, Care Bears make decisions without thinking things through, and we have to level up in that. Because another thing you got to consider too, you guys, and y'all know this already, all money ain't good money. You got to guard what spirits you got in your house. Just because they can pay you the $600-700 a month, it does not mean you need to bring in any and every kind of spirit in your house for the sake of getting a payment. You got to be very smart and wise and prayed up about that, because your peace is not for sale. It's better to have where you lay your head peaceful, okay, before you have a reckless spirit up in there that's paying bills. It is not, there's no trade-off with that. And for some of y'all that got some heaviness going on at the crib and you tiptoeing around what needs to take place, you know what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to mess up your happy home. But I'm telling you, if anything is contrary to peace as you define it, you got to do what you got to do by all means under the law. Okay, that's what you got to do, because ain't no sense of having self-care cookies and vacations and all that and coming home to a house that's on fire. Y'all got to declare your home. Ain't no weapon finna come up here and slice me down and reduce me down while I'm out here working 2 or 3 jobs, coordinate all this chaos. You got to come in bold authority in your house right now. Get your fire back. Get back to the basics. Get back to the basic you before you got promoted, before you got all these different things you put on your plate. Everything was chill and basic when you got your first place. You only had 1 sofa, 1 fork, and 1 spoon, and you were just as happy. I know you miss your old basic self. Ain't nobody say you can't go back and get her. She's up inside of you right now, waiting for you to visit. Go get her. Go inside yourself and go visit that basic, plain, uncomplicated female that had a good time with little resources, very grateful, high energy, low energy if you needed to be, surrounded by love, surrounded by peace and joy and spontaneity, introvert or extrovert, however you was rocking when you had straight up peace. Go in for yourself and say, what is it about my old self that I miss? And what is it about my new self that I'm celebrating? Have those kind of conversations. I'm telling you, it's going to make a world of difference. You got to start getting intimate with yourself. And that way you can see all that you've come through, all the things that you are going to do. You're going to start meeting high vibrating friends that's vibrating on a different level, to where you can start getting yourself back into the groove of things according to how you feel right now. All right. And some of y'all be hearing about stuff and people invite you to amazing things. You got to stop inviting the same old riffraff with you. Go by yourself. Meet somebody new. You don't need draining energies and spirits around you. I'm telling you what I know. Get back to the basic. Get back to the basic before all these demands. Please groom your kids to live a very basic lifestyle. Don't get them wired up in 10,000 different activities to where they don't know how to preoccupy themselves unless you figuring out the next thing they need to do. They need to know how to go outside. if you kicking it on the porch and they see a neighbor where they can go and naturally engage with a peer without you co-facilitating it. They need to know how to get on the big wheel if they still exist, or skates or whatever, without you having to cash out at the skating alley. I mean, you governing the heat and all of this stuff. It's not cookie cutter, but I'm just kind of talking out loud. Y'all got to stop paying for your kids' play pleasure and getting them in the mindset that they can play and create within themselves as well. You don't want them on your nerves, so you keep cashing out, and you wondering why you got to work these 2.5 jobs, because you look through your bank statements, you constantly paying for them to have fun. To the point the kids telling you, well, I'm bored. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Figure it out. They go on all these other apps, tell them to go to Pinterest, cut out some stuff, go to the Dollar Tree, call their old teachers, get some glue or whatever, because school is still in session, y'all, in summer. These kids can't afford not to be using their brains learning in the summer. They can't. They brain getting tired and lazy. Baby, they're going to have to be doing a refresher when they get back in school and get ready for the demands of their second grade. So they should be having homework for the next grade, which y'all can go online and download a lot of that stuff. Go to your local library that's free and print all that stuff out. Go to the Dollar Tree, get you some crayons or markers. You know, kids love markers and stuff. Making kids fall in love with the basic stuff is going to hit the win every time. Don't keep putting these electronic crack devices in their face. The reason why I'm sharing this is because you're working against yourself. You stressed out and raising the next generation of stressed out people. And you fail to realize, hey, this is Parenting 101 Live. Come here, Lele.
She stole my stuff.
What stuff you stealing?
That's mine.
Come, both of y'all come up here.
But Grandma, I'm just grabbing my backpack.
What's in the back? What backpack you have?
I got a backpack with my stuff in it. She just took it.
Well, what? Okay, come here. Let me see. What you got in your backpack? Where's your backpack, Amaya? There's a backpack right here on this table, on this box. Who backpack is this? Right here, look. Come upstairs. A backpack right there. You all dressed up. Where you going? Okay, you got your backpack. I'm talking about Amaya. Who? Go look in that box on that table right here and see who backpack is that. Hand me that water right here, sweetie.
That's my backpack that she got. That's mine right there.
Let me see.
That's still my clothes in it.
Let me see.
Layla, give me. This is why I don't give me my stuff.
No. This your stuff?
I got my stuff in it.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
But it's my backpack. And she keep thinking every time I give her my stuff.
Oh, y'all thought y'all was really finna spend the night.
Yeah.
I told y'all that boy, his birthday tomorrow. He probably changed his mind. Anyway, all that running around, you can get out of there. Why is you walking around with the remote?
Because she keep hopping it.
Go put it down. Go put it down, and no running through here. Hand me that water.
She don't want to share the TV with me.
You figure out who backpack that is.
It's mine.
I'm talking about the one up here that you haven't looked at yet.
The Jesus one?
What Jesus?
Mine.
What Jesus backpack?
The gray one.
That's yours?
Yeah.
Not the pink one?
That's mine right there.
That's a Jesus backpack?
Yeah.
Who backpack is that over there though?
The purple?
Yeah, y'all brought that down
That's
here.
mine.
Oh, so you got two backpacks?
No, I have.
She got one.
I got four.
Her clothes in it.
You got 4 backpacks and y'all arguing over one?
So she got 4 backpacks. But I let her use one.
Lola, I didn't let.
And I already had my clothes in here. They already packed in here.
I got.
So y'all want me to take all the backpacks and just like give them away,
every
or?
time I give her our stuff, she think it's her.
I don't. Bro.
And she
So
keeps
say
trying to
that out them up.
and she keeps trying to put her hands on me. And I keep telling her to
She
stop.
tried to hit me first.
Okay, well
And
let
then
me log
Lily
off.
started getting backpacks and smacking me with it.
Okay, let me get off.
Oh, she trying-
Grandma duty calls because we talking about somebody smacking folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over a backpack? Hold on, let me log off.
She grabbed me. She grabbed the backpack and she started swinging. She started swinging the backpack and hitting me with it.
Oh,
She
wow.
tried to punch me.
Oh, it's getting, wait, let me turn this thing off. I will talk to you beautiful people later. We gotta solve this backpack chronicles.
And she tried to keep eating all the food up. But I'm like, you can't keep eating all the food up because all the prices went up. And you act like everybody got all the money in the world. Like money don't grow on trees.
What, the prices
you
went up?
think that though. You think you keep eating all of the food up. You eat one box of cereal and then you try to go to the next. Like, no, that's not how it works. Bro, you're the one who literally had four bowls of Captain Crunch.
Bye, y'all.
Let
Let me go put out this fire. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Y'all finna stop yelling. And we finna